Welcome to the Let Me Call You Back podcast. My name is Declan Brooks, an aspiring comedian and podcaster based in the Philadelphia area. Each week, we talk with my brother Raymond, or one of the many friends I've made out on the road traveling for work all over the country. We catch up on daily happenings, crazy news, or whatever we find funny that day. If you enjoy what you hear on this podcast, you can also find it on Patreon. Please enjoy. Oh shit. Oh fucking shit, we're back.
Who's back?
The bad boys.
I'm saying that like I'm fucking someone. Whose podcast is back? Whose podcast is back?
No.
Yeah.
Immediately
Is this
has
thing
it-
on? Slapping the mic.
Just a Diddy reference as soon as we open it up. Jesus Christ.
Who's Diddy?
Yeah. You sound like you were getting gay over there.
No, you ever slap your dick on the pussy so you can like, is this thing on? Like, it's like a microphone.
I mean, I'm going to act like I have. So, like, yeah, totes.
I had a girl one time when she was giving me a blowjob was like, she started singing into it like a karaoke mic, and I was like, "Can you not fucking do that?"
What song?
Nothing good. I just saw red pubes and a bad fucking song.
I had a high school girlfriend see icing for cinnamon rolls on a tabletop.
All right, well,
And attempt to add that to a blowjob, this is like a high school blowjob. What an uncomfortable experience.
all right, well, you just bragged about having a girlfriend in high school, so
Dude, it was the very end. It was a photo finish, Davey. I'm going to tell you that. It was like the last 6 months of high school. I was like, yeah, I got one. What'd you pussies do this whole time?
All right. Declan,
Welcome
introduce
back.
the pod.
Welcome back to Let Me Call You Back. It has been a rough hiatus. I've been hiding from you motherfuckers, but I'm back. I'm here to bring you the funny. We're here with some friends of mine, and the usual assholes. We got Adomas, Wareikis with us, and a new friend of the pod and a comedy friend of mine that I've made over the past few months. Give it up for the wonderful Davey Bow.
hey guys, what's going on?
Davey, you host a couple different shows at Mike's, right?
Yes,
What
yeah.
What are they?
So I host 2 Street Mike, the infamous 2 Street Mike, with Brody Martin, Kristen Chomick, PJ Murphy, Tara Hernan, and
The
Andrew
Paces.
DePasquale.
The Paces of 2 Street.
Yeah.
Baby, Andrew DePasquale, the white squall.
I
love
fucking
him.
love that man.
I love him so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, and then I host Speakeasy Open Mic with Siobhan Brannigan at Cookies down in Grace Ferry. I've been doing that for the past 6 months now. So we just had our first show this past Saturday.
Very
It went very well.
Weird fun fact: both of those places, the first time I was in either of them was for shooting darts in Philly for like
it
a
sounds
darts
about,
league.
Yeah, it sounds about
Like,
right.
Both of those places, way before I ever did comedy, was for fucking shooting
They
darts.
both are like a place where you get shot.
Yeah.
Cookies should have a chalk outline out front of it.
Or you drink and do drugs on a Tuesday and see who's better at American darts.
Or
Yeah.
you're me and you break your leg outside of said mics.
You're like, fuck you, Johnny, that's on the wire, you piece of shit.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have been on any type of fucking mobile unit. You were like the skateboard.
Who would win in a fight?
Oh.
Adomas or one measly skateboard?
Well, we figured that out.
yeah, skateboard.
I know.
That poor skateboarder to beat your ass. So I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it.
Take it easy, man. I've had a rough month.
Also, who drove you to the hospital that night? Was
Someone I don't know, because every single comic was trying to convince me that I didn't need to go to the hospital.
I'm not trying to make this inflammatory, but wasn't it a trans woman?
Yes. Yes.
Wasn't it a random?
I mean, they're just a
Moira.
person.
Hey, it was a person, a random person that you described to me. You're like, I think it was a transgender woman.
Yeah, because she had a very difficult name to say, and I never met her before. And when I read it on the paper, I was
It
like,
wasn't a comic. You told me.
"No, she's a comic. She's a comic.
She is a
Yeah,
comic.
she
Was
did. She did 2 Street.
Oh, you know who it is. Your eyes
Yeah.
say you know it.
No, I don't actually.
No, I do
was
know,
like, why
'cause now it's
why
like
are you trying to nail down how I'm transphobic in some capacity?
No,
Like,
no, he's not. He's
Oh,
just
he
it was a
said it,
fact.
baby. We got him.
Yeah, son of a bitch. You.
Fucking said it. We got him.
Yep. No, she. I couldn't pronounce her name. I butchered her name. It was Moira, and I can't think of her last name. And then she got up.
hey, we don't. Let's chill on
She was a sweethart, and she saved Adams'
No,
poor
I'm
life.
just saying. She's like
No,
she
they
got on stage.
Picked me. John Bryce and the cook from 2 Street picked me up and
Was
put
this
me in
the
the.
angry cook, the other one, the old one?
They're
Like
all angry. It's
There's
just,
I only know one guy. It's the
Do
older,
you remember
bigger
that last
black
one that
guy.
was just fight terror?
I never saw that, but
Lemaire had to break it up.
the one cook would always heckle from the back, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
"God damn it, dude!" Because you got to turn around, and then it tried not to acknowledge them, but.
I remember someone trying to play a pool game while everyone was in there, like the full stage is go. They're like, "It's all right. No, it's fine." I was like, "It was Jad."
Yeah.
She rang in chicken tenders one time. The one guy that was in there, I forget who it was. He was like a light-skinned black dude. He came out and was just like, yo, fuck you, bitch. I ain't making that. I'm going home. She's like, you can't talk to me like that.
I love their pizzas there so much.
Oh, man. I live off their chicken fingers when I host. That's like my meal of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys just keep adding hosts to it, eventually all of us can get a free meal there. It's gonna be. I mean, you have 6 people now.
I think I was a financial decision since I don't drink anymore, and they were running up the bar tab. And
we need one of these guys now to drink us under the table.
So I eat like 5 orders of chicken fingers just to make up for it. So, no.
It's like, yeah, we all got to
we're
drive
made
back
of
to
these
drive
things.
drunk back to New Jersey later. So
Yeah. I just have to stumble home. I live like right around the corner from there. So, yeah. Well, I don't.
we're on the pond. What's your home address?
If you want to find him, it's at 555 Chicken Finger Lane.
Yeah. 555 Evergreen Terrace.
Yeah. Nah, Davey's a regular here. We'd love to have him here. What are we doing this week here? We're recapping, dude.
I've been in mourning.
Yeah, what have you been in mourning?
My friend was killed.
Are you saying that as a joke, or are we talking about Jeff?
My friend died.
Actually, let's talk about this one.
No, we're not doing. My other friend.
Not a mourning it, but actually,
My friend died.
Who?
They shot him. The U.S. government fucking shot my good friend. I was spending some time with my good friend Thomas Matthew Crooks, and they shot him.
Who's that?
My good friend. You should. Damn it, dude! How do you not know who the fuck this is?
He was reading.
I know who it is, but I'm like
I
uncomfortable.
thought I was just helping, and then my other good friend was arrested. I was just hanging out in some bushes with him. You know, it's been a bad week for friends of Adomas.
Tom Crooks was the guy that tried to shoot.
That's
Trump,
the guy
right?
who
did shoot
He
Trump.
was killed. My good friend.
Yeah. Friendly fire.
And then, yeah, I know, really, like Patriots are in control. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm so confused now.
The guy who
Declan, do you think I'm sincerely friends with the people who tried to shoot Trump?
No, not at all. I'm just like, I'm confused on which shooting you're talking about now, because like, how many fucking?
And then,
shootings-
well, there's the second one that with the guy in the bush, Ryan
Yeah.
Ruth, and that guy was insane. He's like, I just want people to support the war in Ukraine.
So,
I'm like,
so Crooks is the one that shot him in the ear.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah, they killed him.
yeah, they killed him off. Yeah, literally, they hits him and then they fucking done.
Hold on, what happened?
Which is crazy because Trump's like pointing out, he's like, look at the beautiful snipers over here, and look out there, you can see, and then they just fucking pop.
Yeah.
Hold on, so they killed that guy you're saying right now?
Yes,
When?
that in that moment.
That's what I thought. You're like, you know how stoned I am right now?
No,
I wasn't ready to do a political conversation.
it wasn't a political conversation. I was trying to do a bit. Never mind the reward.
I was actually I was on my way to a date when that was going down, and
Oh, yeah, that's shooting.
I can only use my phone on Wi-Fi because I haven't paid my cell phone bill. So like I'm walking down 46th Street, I'm walking down 46th Street, and I just see this group of people.
It was like 3 weeks ago. Wasn't it?
No, it was in the summertime. It was early in the summer.
It was first week of June.
Yeah. And I see like this girl leaving, and she has this look of shock in her face, and I just take my headphone out, and I just hear he's shot at a rally, and I was like, oh,
Actually, I remember,
this is really bad.
Ty Wood texted
I
me.
remember exactly where I was. He called me in a fit, like,
Ty
dude,
Wood-
they fucking shot him.
Ty Wood texted me and said, check Twitter. I'm like, bitch, why would you just not say someone tried to shoot Trump? Why? God damn it. How much do you love Twitter? But anyway.
He called me.
And then I'm on the
in a-
street in front of Brownies like fucking Quentin Tarantino and Little Nicky just screaming at me. They coming down.
It was like they apparently shot him. You gotta check the time. Like,
Dude,
I don't know what was going on.
I looked up and I just saw everyone was on their phone. I'm like, oh, someone's dead.
I went into Glory and I was like
Oh, and then
explaining
you're
it like
oh,
a
someone's
madman.
actually not dead at all.
Yeah, well, I had to duck into a Dunkin' Donuts for their free Wi-Fi to find out the former president got almost
Did you not
assassinated.
hear about the baby
Is that
Joe?
the spider senses that you have?
Yeah.
You know exactly where Dunkin'
I know
Donuts
where all the
is.
Wi-Fi. Yeah, I do actually.
You can just
Wi-Fi.
smell curry.
It's.
That's fucked up.
I just feel the Wi-Fi. No, but yeah, and then I went on that date, and I was like, "This is the most awkward date you could possibly be on. You shouldn't."
So what do you want to talk about? And she's just like, still looking at her phone. Yeah.
Yeah, she's looking at her phone because she has cell
She
phone
has
connection,
service.
and I'm like, "Updates? Can I have updates of the
It's
former
nice that you
president?"
have like
of
a
the United
real
States?
way to shit
That's
on
actually
people.
pretty fucked up when you can't compete with Trump almost getting shot on a date. You're like, hey, come on, I'm pretty interested.
Yeah, I was like,
Look at the guy red hair.
Dude, I was having a great. It was an off. I felt bad for everyone having to do comedy that night, or any audience member at least. I'm like, this is the worst night for comedy imaginable.
Or the host, whoever the host was, because they have to keep hearing it. Like, at least the comics get to leave.
Brother Isaiah wrote a song. He didn't really, but you get. You just know that's all it was. Like,
First off, you're gonna say his name right. It's Bruv. I say.
Yeah, no, I didn't even go into Brownies. I was standing outside. I'm just like, I'm not even gonna go in. Fuck it. This is insane. But all right.
So what are we talking
now
about?
that I'm done with my dumbass bit, how was the Portland Comedy Festival, buddy?
No, I wasn't even going in there yet. I want to talk about how I walked in the house right now. It's September 30th, correct? That's the date.
Yep, it's my dad's birthday.
Happy birthday to your pops.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Davey Bo.
Was he in the Navy too?
No, he was in Vietnam. He was in the Army.
Davey was in the Navy. Fucking
Yep.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Yep, you're welcome.
I died.
Every time I think of Davey was in the Navy, I think of Billy Joel.
Yeah, everyone does. My dad would we would be at a bar and I would hear that song come on the jukebox and I would look and he'd be like, who would do that? I'm like, you fucking ask somebody to play that song because you don't know how to use the touch tunes.
He's like, I don't know how to use my fingers.
Yeah. He can't see in front of his, like 5 feet in front of him.
Oh God. So the reason why I was asking the date and whatnot is how long have those fucking Halloween decorations been up outside?
Oh, is my house scary?
No, not scary. I wasn't
got scared.
I didn't go up. I didn't show up.
It's like, holy shit!
look how spooky.
He called me. I think that
how long have you been up? You pussy?
You've got giants.
Answer the question. Look at my
like
finger gun. We're on a radio broadcast right now.
I thought you were holding
gun
two
out.
sausages right now.
I thought he was holding a hot dog. Imaginary hot dog. Listen, I'm eating. All right, listen. How long
is that a little smoky in your pants? Or are you just excited to see me?
Oh, I love those smokies. Don't even play with me. I dip those things in everything.
They're already in. What the fuck?
Little Smokies?
Buddy, that's actually that's one of the more fat moves you've told me.
I don't even know what those are.
Little Smokies are like the little mini hot dogs, like little mini sausages.
Declan, you got to knock that off. You can't be doing that anymore.
They're already in a sauce.
Your fingers are turning into them, buddy. That's what your toes look like, actually. Your fingers look more like Vienna sausages.
They're black for a reason, but yeah.
Tasty that. I think you're looking good.
That's one of my roast lines for you, yeah.
I was going to start calling your feet when they're in socks, pigs in a
All right,
blanket.
answer the fucking question. How long are those Halloween decorations?
I think like 2 weeks.
You put them up.
I didn't put them up. My cousin did.
All right. If you said your aunt did, I would have been like, all right, it's okay.
No, she made my 15-year-old cousin do it.
Yeah. Well,
all right. The fact that he listened is pretty fucking crazy.
He did a good job.
The fact that he couldn't talk her out of it's pretty fucking crazy too.
Why? It looks good.
He's like, listen, I know you're
Did you see the scariest decoration of
going
all?
A little nuts, but
the American
it's
flag.
The middle of September.
That's why I almost walked past this house when I saw the flag. I was like,
there's no way.
Yeah, I was like, that's not his house.
There's spider webs on
And I didn't know. I forgot the dynamic, and I was
there is my uncle's brother. His
Yeah, when you think of Adomas, what type of house do you think you
He's
are?
like
First off, I think upside down
If you
American
don't-
flag on the outside.
There's
Yeah.
a don't tread on me above it.
I assume when you
I
walk
am not a
in,
don't tread on me person. I am
there's
not.
2 AK-47s.
Well, did you see my rug?
That jarred me first. I thought you just had a rifle on the ground. I was like, all right, I'm going to learn a lot about these guys.
We're in the danger lair. We're at Adomas's basement, like always.
Danger
you know
lair.
it.
Shit.
I like to call it the danger lair.
Yeah, this is made in Afghanistan.
Yeah, and I'm also looking at a newspaper headline that says "Sniper kills president."
Yeah, smiling Kennedy shot in head. I had that framed on the wall. I like how they emphasize that he was smiling.
He was.
He's like, there's just nothing that could ruin this perfect Texas day.
Oh man, hey, at least he died smiling. You know, I can't say that about a lot of people.
Yeah. This thing, I got this as a Christmas gift.
Wait, the rug?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. I was like, you got the one that I can't let women
From a
see.
girl. A girl picked that up.
Oh
Yeah, Kimberly got me that.
Friend of the show, Kimberly.
yeah. Well, I mean,
But I also told her, I was like, you got me the one that, like, if a woman comes over and sees this, she's going to think I'm insane. Whereas there were other ones that had 9/11 happening on them,
It also
And I'm just saying-
establishes a boundary.
which women would love.
yeah. Well, because they can't forget it. So like they don't. They're
Like, there are ones they have that just say opium. And then, like, have all these poppies all over them. And, like, they use, like, silk to make the poppy.
yeah.
It
But
looks sick.
I mean,
Also,
it is
Davey, keep in
2
mind,
AK-47.
it's technically called a prayer rug.
It's an M16 at AK-47.
It's a prayer rug.
You didn't play Call of Duty, did
No,
you?
but I also fired M16s. That magazine's wrong.
It's probably no. The magazine's wrong. You are 100% spot on with that because it should be black.
And
right?
also, the middle's not silver; it's all black.
I know.
So, listen, buddy, I've shot a few NATO rounds in my life. Not at anybody, but
Where were you stationed?
Seoul, South Korea was my first year in the Navy.
Israel
Is a real country, Korea, but no, I don't know what I'm doing. Riffing.
about where you were stationed.
Yeah, no. I was in South Korea for a year in Seoul.
Where were you from? Before we go all the way into it, where are you from?
Wow, the origin story, of Davey Bow.
The story of Davey Bow.
I am from Southwest Philly. I was born and raised in Southwest Philly. And then we moved when I was like 12, 13 to right where we are right now, Seakeene, Clifton Heights area. What's that?
How old are you right now?
I'm 36.
Okay, cool.
And so I went to high school in Delco, good old Delco, and then joined the Navy I went to Delaware County Community College for 2 years.
I delivered their mail.
Yeah, God. Yeah, I only had like 12 credits in 2 years. So
That's part time.
yeah, no, I was a full-time student.
Not according to their standards.
Yeah,
Shit.
no, and then I
You were working hard.
I either failed or withdrew from stuff, and then I joined the Navy from there.
I always
in
wanted to join the
2008.
Navy, honestly, because they had a hell of a peacoat.
Yeah, I mean the
Hell of a
uniform.
peacoat.
The uniform is pretty cool.
The only one I ever looked at was I'm like, if I'm gonna I wouldn't be a U.S. Army Ranger. That'd be the only one. I'm like, it's sick. I fucking love it.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a glorified suit with pins though. Like that's all it is.
Not about the uniform. I don't give a shit about the uniform. I just wanted to be a Ranger. Rangers were sick.
Yeah.
They had like the coolest.
Yeah,
They-
I mean they're the
my
best at what they
my
do.
brother was in the Navy. He got kicked out. He got a discharge. I think he got an honorable one, but it was like they feed you high carb diet, all that shit while
Yeah.
you're there, and you're expected to work out, not them make you work out.
Yeah.
And my brother is only like 5'2", and he probably left at like 3. He's like 300 something pounds.
Yeah. So
he
Pretty
gained
funny
so
when you go to
much
the-
weight.
yeah,
It's
I would
pretty
always
funny when you
weigh
go to
in.
the military and come back as a nugget.
I mean, I always weighed in heavy. Like I was light coming out of boot camp, and then they don't make you work out. You just
You're expected.
you're
to maintain.
expected to.
And I know about the measurements. It's not necessarily
Yeah,
body.
So I would always pass tape.
Yeah.
My neck always.
they did
won.
tape test on me when I was looking at applying.
Okay, yeah. It's
I applied for
They
military.
measure you like your livestock.
yeah. So like
Fuck, dude,
I'm
I didn't know
I'm
that.
5'11" and a half.
Yeah.
So what they would do is they would put me down a half an inch. They wouldn't
Oh, they would
round
have been
up.
so mad at me.
So
Like,
I'd have to fit 5'11". Well, you wouldn't have been accepted. That's the
Yeah, you would have already
yeah.
been rejected. You would have been out.
in the military for real.
Yeah, for your micro
they don't.
penis.
They're not.
Which is also something that does get you. You can't be in the military and have a micro penis.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Because you can't insert a catheter. That is their logic.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
when
I'm
I
glad none of us have to worry about that.
there's an old
right,
folklore.
Adomas?
There's an old tale of a guy. So when you go to boot camp, you have to wear tighty whities, and you also have to wear like swim trunks over top of that. But there's like the old story of there was one guy in my division whose dick was so big he had a special chit that he had to wear boxers, and I was always like,
Dude,
"Damn,
that's like being Muslim in the military. Like, yeah, I have my beard exception. I have my big dick exception.
Yeah,
Sorry. I've got your American exception right here, baby.
The rule for the no beards was always because of your gas mask couldn't keep a seal,
Right, it has to
which
keep
they
a seal.
but they proved
That's
that
why.
wrong
That's why
all the
Hitler.
time.
That's why Hitler had the little. That's why Hitler had his little mustache. He used to have a full one, but the gas mask wouldn't seal.
Oh.
In World War One, but when he was a soldier in World War One, we were doing gas attacks, and that's why he cut those off because the traditional style was the full.
He said, "Looks good." Made
It's
like
like
the most
it's like a
evil mustache in
reactionary
history."
thing. Like yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But also,
Get the
one of my
fuck
favorite
outta here
military
with
stories. Did they ever
function.
hit you with the one? It's like something like this where like they'll like do a big pizza party, and then they're like eat as much as you want, blah blah blah, and then time to go for a 12-mile run.
No, they don't do
I've talked. I'm maybe not for you.
No, not for mine.
Not for
my
the
Where'd you boot at?
little
Like-
princesses of
Like
the
when you
Navy.
left, where did you boot at before you shipped off seas, like overseas?
I gotta acknowledge what he just said. Real quick.
I'm sorry. What did you
He just attacked a veteran after after saying all he did was get taped. That hurts. That
of
hurts.
attacking
That's
a veteran.
He's a government employee though, so I can't.
I'm the real boys in blue.
Yeah,
Fuck all of you.
No. Yeah, I don't know what we were saying. I just got offended awkwardly.
Yeah, you guys throw chair force around a little too eagerly.
I don't. I do not, because one of my best friends is in the Air Force. The thing is, like, when we're all together, yeah, like that's that's when you talk shit. The Air Force kind of gets most of it. But as soon as like a civilian comes in and they're like, blah blah blah, I'm like, no, shut the fuck up. Like you just we're doing something right now.
It's like football players like talking about like, oh, dude, wide receivers are pussies, or like, oh no, safeties are pussies. It's like it's intercommercial bullshit.
And then as soon as I say that, they're like,
And then
have you ever
basketball
put on
players
pads?
come in, and you're like, yeah, fucking basketball players,
Yeah.
go eat a dick.
Yeah, I had a guy one time. He was like, "I'm just really close friends with a bunch of people." So I'm like, "No, you could be friends all you want, but until you see the horrors of war, you haven't." And I have not seen the
I
horrors.
was about to
of war,
say, you
thank
can be in our military and never see a thing.
God. You can.
You're
you
like,
can.
oh yeah, I'm in Seoul, South Korea. Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I had a football coach in high school that I thought had seen like some serious shit, and it was a lot of his own simple mistakes that made him.
Would it
look like he
behoove
did.
him to learn these mistakes?
Fuck that.
He triggered the enemy. Like no
no,
one
you know
knew they
what
were
it was?
there, and then he.
You know how like guys get the Kevlar scar on the back of their head? I think I even asked you about it. I was like, oh, you don't have the Kevlar scar. Like, you know
No,
how guys
I
get that?
haven't
Like,
That feels
That
like
many.
a fat guy thing. That feels
So-
like a guy whose 90%
I
pulled.
always thought like my fucking football coach's head got the back blown off and he had it like peeled off and put back on. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, yo, I was trying to build camaraderie one day. I was like, so man, like, what happened? Like,
Where's your fucking head?
yeah, like
Yeah.
what happened to the back of your head? He's
Man,
like,
you ain't got no neck.
like no, it was he just had the line. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the Kevlar line. And like for people that don't know what it is, it's like the back of your skull. They trace the base of the back of your skull with like the Kevlar under your helmet. And people that are like idiots, I guess, apparently it digs into your head if you do stupid. Like you smack your head on the ground, you get hit.
Like
It'll,
that
cut in the
that
back
guy
of
who
your
went
head.
down that slide, that Boston cop who went down the slide, he just bangs her.
Oh
and then
yeah.
shoots
Just gets
her.
smoked.
So I always thought he saw some shit, and he was like, "Nah, dude, I didn't really see any like actual like duty in the military, but I used to do convoy transport, and the one time my sergeant was like, "Don't stand up in the fucking truck when we're going through this area," and I stood up. And we went over a bunch of bumps, and I fell out of the back of the truck and smacked my head on the ground.
Yeah.
And the Kevlar cut the back of my
Bump.
head.
That's
And now
like-
I got this crazy scar.
All my injuries in the Navy come from doing something
Stupid
very
shit.
stupid. Like I knocked myself out holding an M16 once
Yeah.
because we were in the. So I did 1 year in South Korea, but then I was on a ship out of Norfolk.
Yeah.
And we were in the yards at the time, so you always have to wear a hard hat when you're there. And I had the M16 on my shoulder. I was walking. The muzzle of the gun hit my leg, and the butt of the whatever. I can't even remember. That's how bad I was at guns. But the front of the gun hit my leg, and
There's nothing more embarrassing than a service member knocking himself.
He's like, which one's the end that fires?
I was a good shot with the M9 Beretta or the 9mm Beretta. M9
fake
is
fan.
a rifle.
Still a fake fan.
Whatever
Yeah.
gun they gave me, I shot the fuck out of it.
No, if ever came to like rifle fire, I did not know how to load that thing to save my life. Like I
Well,
didn't know what I was doing.
That's why I love the scene in Full Metal Jacket where it's like Charles Whitman, Lee Harvey Oswald. You
Yeah.
know who trained him? The United States Marine Corps.
Yeah.
That's such a because they're just such insane shot. I was going,
Oh, dude, I shot the M240 Bravo, which is a fully automatic machine gun, next to SEALs as they were doing training.
yeah.
That's the most impressive thing I've ever seen.
They
Like
were
those guys.
training SEAls.
Yeah. So
They do have dolphins, but they do have tactical
We were
dolphins.
next to Barnum and Bailey.
Were there any dolphins or anything?
Yeah. Yeah, we were next to Ringling Brothers. Yeah, but like they don't miss. Like they're just it's fucking insane. Like, and they're also the most chill guys when you meet them. Like I felt like they're like the rock stars of the military when I was
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
yeah.
I've been following a lot of stuff about Fort Bragg and all the drug trafficking going on there. And
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about that. Like I just
if you
I
read
was-
a lot, I also read a lot of stuff about like the when they killed Obama, canoeing. If you know about canoeing,
No.
it's when you split the head of your victim so you can
Osama, by the way.
Yeah.
You said Obama.
No, I said. I know
You
what
said
I
Obama.
I know what I said.
You're
Oh,
saying
what?
Obama's
Oh, did you
dead?
mean Barack Hussein Obama?
Buddy, I'm not going to get into these conspiracy theories this
You're
early.
saying Obama's
This is not
dead?
no.
No.
I see later episode coming up of American Guilt of me and Ty Wood talking about the gay Obama conspiracies.
Oh yeah.
Perfect guest for it.
Hell yeah.
Let me be quick.
Where did you?
Sorry.
Where did you boot camp?
Great Lakes, north of Chicago.
Yeah, that's where my brother was.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I always hear like everybody goes to like North Carolina and Virginia for
That's-
like Marines and Army.
Yeah, the
So the
Paris
Marines are in
Island. and
Paris
Mar-
Island. The Army has multiple
Yeah, you can
ones.
get some crazy ones with.
Yeah, the Navy used to have 3.
Air Force goes to Colorado, right?
They go to
Colorado.
We,
Right.
we,
Colorado
also, we
Springs.
forgot my favorite one, the Coast Guard. They're sick.
They're
Where
in
do they go?
Atlantic City. That's where their boot camp is.
Yeah, because a guy at my office,
always
they'll be like,
forget
we're
that.
honoring our troops, and one of them, this guy will be like, yeah, I was served in the Coast Guard during the 80s. I was like, what the fuck war would you? What when we
The drug war. Those guys.
Panama and Grenada, which
Yeah.
were just bullshit. Well,
Nah.
Manuel Noriega was our guy, but whatever.
But see, yeah, you can give the Coast Guard shit, but like with the ones that are doing shit, man,
they're sick. It's fucking Ashton Kutcher in that one movie. What the fuck?
The active duty.
No,
with Kevin Costner. I know what you're talking about.
the butterfly effect. No, the
Bodyguard in Water, pretty much.
with Water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's Waterworld meets
I know
Bodyguard.
what you're talking about. I know exactly where he's a Navy diver and he jumps.
Yeah, I
in
think
and
he
saves
is,
people
but
that
I
are,
think
like,
it's
heavy.
he's like doing. That's what the Coast Guard does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with the ones who do like
Or
the
heavy
drug
rescue.
the drug stuff, like the cutters, like those guys are badass.
Dude, I'm looking
Like,
at
they don't
applying
fuck
to
around.
be postal police and do like investigative work.
You're looking into doing that.
This one of the only positions in the entire post office that has an age requirement that you have
She
to
said
be.
she made muffins.
You
when they
have
got
to
there.
be under
They were donuts.
35. Dude, postal crime's a huge deal.
Mail fraud. Yeah.
They investigate all sorts of shit.
You're
It's
just
nuts.
investigating a bunch of different mailmen going postal. Listen,
I
fucking
have a
popped.
postal.
He
I have
popped
a
like a
postal of a
balloon.
trench coat now,
I see it all the
and
time.
I'm like, this is incredible.
Wait, would you? Wait, is that like the internal affairs, or is it like you're
Sounds
going
like a
after
hell of a
people?
It's like how it's actually like it's all like postal related crimes. Like postal service is like part of like that Trump indictment because like he committed like large scale mail fraud. And
See, I don't know. I
like, it's
honestly
like,
don't
wouldn't
know
it be
what-
insane if like the postal cops are the people that brought him
I can
down?
picture
like,
the movie.
What is mail fraud though? Like I don't know what that
expect
is.
There's
when
like
they
a
send their
thousand
mail,
things.
it's
I don't
gonna
really
get
know
there.
exactly.
Okay.
But like, or like we've had some issues with carriers. Like, you're not supposed to destroy the mail. That's the ultimate
it,
crime.
yeah.
You cannot destroy the mail. You will go to prison. But
You're technically not
like there was
supposed
this.
to open other people's mail either.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like this mail rule. Like, but like if
You're
you
not
don't,
supposed
there
to
was
delay
this.
the mail.
There was this mail carrier in like New York who was just putting it all in his car. Like you could just see it. The car was just
Hell
full.
yeah, dude.
It was just full of mail. He was just like not delivering it all day, and just keeping it in his car. So he didn't really get in trouble because he hadn't destroyed it. He just kept the mail.
Hoarding the mail.
So as long as you don't destroy it, you can pretty much you will not go to prison as long as you don't destroy it.
Yeah, you can get in trouble for taking the white bins, right?
Yeah, they're worth like maybe but like it's
People
real,
always
it's a
say
fine.
that.
It's like a fine of $1,000.
Is mail fraud too? Like if you live in one area but you go to public school in a different one, would that be considered mail
that's
fraud?
tax fraud.
Oh, okay. That's yeah. Well,
That's
Yeah.
like your regional tax authority. What do we? Your township tax authority?
I don't know, dude.
I just say I might apply to be
Sounds
postal
like
police.
somebody
I just thought it was
played
wild.
sports in high school.
Why would the postal police?
Played baseball.
They have an age requirement. You have to be younger than 35. Like like I've never seen that anywhere.
You have to be younger.
You have to be under
All right,
35.
so you got 5
They
years
will-
left.
Yeah, no, I'm not 30.
That's what I'm
not
saying.
even 29.
Yeah, what the fuck am I talking
You don't
about?
even know me. You
You're
bitch.
younger than me. By 2 years. 27.
I'm 28.
All right,
You
well,
bitch.
Whore.
Fucker.
you
28.
look good for 28.
All right, so
Thank
got
you. I
7
stopped
years left to
drinking.
be in a
Oh wait,
male
let's talk
fat.
about sobriety. Davey's sober and I'm sober for like a month now, except for when.
Are you full sober now, though?
Okay, so I've
Well, I'm not full sober, so I don't-
neither of you. Yeah, but we all just.
like I was like, I'm not full sober. It's like neither are you.
No. Like, hold on. I'm sorry. Are you guys both California sober?
yeah.
Kind of. I don't really use that at all, and I.
You have the occasional beer with butt sex, right?
no.
Got him.
Yeah, you ever? No, I don't. Oh, are you gay? I didn't. Does your mama know? Does your mama know you're gay? Best classic. No. I stopped drinking like a month ago. Now that I'm back at work, but I also did a shit ton of yips, just like going crazy at fucking
What are yips?
Yeah.
yips. Yeah. I have to refer
Nose
to
beers?
it in slang so no one knows what it is exactly.
Nose beers?
Nose candy, nose beers. And I was out like
I got
I was at ABBA dance night at
California
the Dolphins,
Windsor sprinkles?
bone sober,
Oh.
and then just like in the crowd, just doing.
All right. Well, you weren't bone sober at that point.
I was like, you know what? I have done more yips this summer. This like last 4-week period of being actually like sober from drinking and smoking and everything.
Sounds completely the opposite.
Then I
of
have
being
done.
sober.
I'd
Maybe I'd be honest with you. Doesn't that not sound like being sober?
what? Not drinking and smoking.
No, it's just so.
But
It's like
switching to that.
I gave up the 2 easier ones to do the harder ones.
Well, like when I
You ever
like
seen the movie Uncle Buck.
dude, when I broke my
Still
leg.
smoking Buck. He's like, no, I'm actually on the cigars now. I'll do that for 5 years, and then I'm gonna switch to chaw, and then I'll get back to smoking. And if I'm still alive by then, I'll quit.
Well, you don't inhale cigars.
Dog, I broke my when I broke my leg, I had to go cold turkey on everything, but also I had OxyContin to make it better.
Yeah, that's not cold turkey.
But no, listen, it's hard to just stop drinking. Like
It's like
Listen, I'm
lukewarm
not gonna act
turkey.
like
at
I
that
didn't
point.
have one of those. All right, I'm not gonna judge him.
oh yeah, Declan got some of my free prescription drugs.
I
He's
can
like,
tell you that.
he said
The
on
first
the
time I've had a Percocet in probably like 4 or 5 years. All right. He's like, "Would you like one?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" I had one of the worst nights I've had in probably the past 5 years of my life.
I've never taken perks. I don't know.
it's fine. I'm not.
I've
I'm,
only taken Vicodin for pain.
I've done Vicodin when I got my wisdom teeth removed,
Yeah.
but like they don't do much for me.
Doesn't do
Vicodin
anything.
does nothing.
No.
And OxyContin honestly wasn't that crazy about it, but I did like just have to go cold turkey on drinking and everything for like 4 months.
I'm from South Jersey, and everybody tried doing pills and all that at one point, and I definitely tried things and enjoyed or didn't enjoy them, and stopped them a long time ago. And I had said to him, I was like, when I tried them before, I thought they were fun, but I didn't like doing drugs like that, so I stopped. I like had the worst night in JJ Mountains I've ever had in my life. Not comedy wise,
That's a lot of people.
wise. I was in
Ooh.
the back of the room just uncomfortable.
Like, what did it do? Like, how did
I felt clammy and nauseous.
You became an autistic comic like the people who run
Like
it.
Lauren Ellis came up to me. She's like, "You all right, buddy?" I'm like, "Can I be honest with you?" She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Took a Percocet, having a bad night." She's like, "Been there."
Yeah,
I was
and
like,
then, like,
"Oh, okay."
if anyone,
Sorry, I had future. Yeah, mask off.
Hit me.
nah, I don't know. I've only done weed and booze, and I've taken an occasional Adderall here and there, but I've never done anything other than that.
And snorted
Adderall.
Adderall.
Dude, it fucked me up. I had a solid like 2 hours of feeling shit. We played some pool. And then I stood up and had a great interview with the Lump Hamilton.
Yeah, in the truck. Damn, you know it was going crazy in there. It smelled crazy in that truck.
Damn, dude.
In the
Lump.
McDonald's parking lot.
I love Lump, dude. Lump's
Lump's the
I
man,
fucking
dude.
love Lump.
I love all his posts on the PCN. I love him.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Like
Most
he's
legitimate.
fucking
I haven't seen him in a second.
Yeah,
have I.
on a side story too, is his son about to make the evolution into the next funniest young comic in the Philadelphia area?
What
Who's
the
his
fuck
son?
are you talking about?
I bet his son. I always see his son like pop up at like on
Oh
his
yeah, because
stories and
he
posts.
like hangs out. He
And
brings.
I think his son has asked to try
That'd be
comedy.
awesome. That'd be
How
cool.
funny would it be if it was like Lump, and then like it was him and his comedy duo? It was funny ass kid.
When I
dude.
first started comedy, there was a father-daughter duo. The guy like kind of like a Devandra Bear.
That's what you were doing.
Bearhart.
You were dressed up like a lady and you were walking around with that guy.
No.
It's a good bit.
You know what I'm talking about? There's like
Say that one more time. Sorry,
there was a father-daughter comedy. Like they both just did comedy, and he like had like an old school like cool dude like hippie vibe.
No, I didn't know. That.
And he looked like Devandra Bearhart, but it fucking, you know, what I'm
Okay,
talking-
yeah.
He kind of had that vibe, where it's like the big curly mess of black hair, and
How long you been doing comedy?
I've been doing it for 3 years, but
All in Philly, right?
Yeah, all in Philly. But I like took weird hiatuses because of life, and but this is like the most consistent. The last year is the most consistent I've done stand up.
Was it like so? Like when did you come out of the Navy?
Ooh, came out in 2011.
I'm sure you did.
Oh, like a
co-
decent-
I'm
so
sure
there
you
was a
did come
decent-
out in 2000. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, that was later. No, yeah, I got out of the Navy in 2011, and
It's
then
a pretty decent gap, like between like
yeah,
coming out of
I've
comedy
lived
and
multiple
trying
lives.
comedy.
Yeah, I've lived like for 5 different lives at this point.
interesting.
So from there I like went into restaurants.
Which one was your favorite?
This one. This
Yeah.
one's the best. Actually, not drinking has been a godsend for me.
That's a great thing to hear.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't want to wish that anybody just abuses alcohol.
Did you see?
No,
did
no,
you
I
see
love
the-
it. Like
did you-
don't get me
yeah,
wrong.
did
Like
you- what do you
People
miss
become
most?
so
Right?
more
Yeah.
productive.
I miss. What do I miss most?
Drinking.
That's what Alec Baldwin said after being sober for 40 years.
I miss it. Like I missed the beginning of it. Naeem Ali was my favorite fucking comic in Philly. He said the funniest thing to me one day. He's like, "Davey, you're the best person to have 3 drinks with. After that, you fucking suck." And I was like, "Yeah," because I'd get like real sad after a while.
Does Naeem drink? 'Cause he's Muslim, right?
I don't want to say
I'm
yes or no.
pretty
Then
sure
I
he
don't.
has-
Yeah, I don't.
I don't
Pretty
think he's
sure
gonna
I
get in
had
trouble.
Naeem.
No, yeah,
I think Allah
with
can
his
see through a
God.
podcast.
I don't know what he's doing now, but I've drank with him. Yeah.
By the way, big shout out to Allah for being a number one listener of Let Me Call You Back 555.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
You always think the show is called 555. Let me call you back.
Fun thing when I was in the Middle East, when I was in the in the Navy, when I was deployed,
You listened to this show and it got you through.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I was like,
brother.
one day I'm gonna meet the boys. And no, I was in Dubai.
Well, thank you.
And it was the first Middle Eastern country I'd been to. And the prayer music hit.
Yes.
And that was a wild, like, because we were in this mall, and I just like I froze because I didn't expect it, and I looked around thinking no one did it. Everyone just kept going
The
about their
fucked
day.
up thing is,
Dubai's bullshit.
Yeah.
The fucked up thing is that we've seen so many like movies. So like the first assumption from movies like that is you're like something's about to get bombed. Something
Yeah, the
fucking
funny thing,
crazy.
like,
oh my god, something's about to
I'm the one on the
explode.
warship. Like I would know if the threat was there. Like
Yeah.
it was.
Are we
Dubai's
gonna blow up all these
insane,
people?
though.
Yeah. Or like, were you ever in Djibouti?
No, but the capital of Djibouti
It's also Djibouti.
is also Djibouti. Yeah.
No, but I was in her sister
yeah,
Jititties.
yeah. Well, we have a military base there.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like every other country because of the
You get a-
Houthis and shit like that.
You get a ton of money if you go there. Like you
Yeah.
get like a crazy per
That-
diem.
We have like 800, 900 military bases across the world, but like China has one more, and they have it in Djibouti. That's like their only international
Shit, yeah.
military base because of the Red Sea trade route.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do an Asian voice. Ready? Oh, you guys wish you had Djibouti, didn't you? You
Like,
all wish you had Djibouti.
What Asian person you know sounds like? It sounds like you're doing a.
North Korean. I don't know why.
You know they speak like perfect English. They all learn
Kim
English.
Jong Un.
Not North Korea. South Korea
We'll
does.
cut that.
No,
out.
okay, listen, this is a great, funny tangent, but in college, I had a South Korean American policy professor. He's lived here 30 years, speaks absolutely the most broken English you could imagine, and we had a North Korean defector come, and the North Korean defector he's like, all right, let's tie. He's just like that.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? How are you? Like, speaks that clearly,
Yeah,
and
no.
like he's like, I'll take questions from the audience. And the professor who's from South Korea, again, lived in America 30 years, asks a question, and the North Korean guy's just like, what? I can't understand.
Yeah,
Just
and if he-
repeatedly.
And if you spoke Korean to him, he wouldn't understand them. They speak different
I know, yeah.
like styles. No, but the thing is, like North Koreans, because they're instilled to be something. So when they do come, they go all in because they're learning a new
you
fucking.
get a lot
Did
of.
you learn a lot of culture when you were overseas?
Yeah. I love South Korea. South Korea is the best. Like I'll go back.
When
there
you were
a
in
heartbeat.
college, what did you study?
What didn't I try to study? I was a theater major at one point, a business major at one point, an
Sick.
English major, an education major. A fuck up, pretty much.
You were a
It's-
major asshole too.
No, I'm a nice guy. I think I'm a
I think
nice
you're
person.
a great guy, Davey.
No.
I
Sometimes.
actually didn't mean that. I'm sorry.
No, but like the thing for me, college was never going to work. Like I
have
just
the
was
same
on the
brain,
post
dude. You got
9/11.
the same brain. You don't even got to explain it.
All right, don't.
Declan was in nursing school.
No, tell
at
your
Widener.
story. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stop your story.
No,
but, like,
no, I was on the post 9/11 GI Bill where they were paying me to go to school and paying for
Oh,
it
I
on top of it,
thought
and I
about it.
still couldn't go. Like I was like, I hate it. I can't sit still. Like you guys are seeing, like I'm fidgety and I can't.
Oh, I just hate college.
Yeah, and also like I would time my classes where I'd be like, all right, in 20 minutes I'm going to take a 15-minute walk.
Yeah.
And
But
then,
the thing about
it's
college,
funny.
you just walk
I've
right
never
out.
heard
Yeah.
someone
come
else
right back.
say the same thing I would do.
Yeah.
It's so weird sometimes when you hear people like voice the things you would do out of habit.
Yeah.
Like, that's 100% the thing I would do.
and also being like the old veteran in the room, I get up and leave. They're like, yeah, you can. Yeah.
He's coming back with a gun.
no.
Oh, so where did you go when you came back from? Where did you go on the GI Bill?
I did go back to Delaware County, and I left. I moved back in with my dad, but I worked at a golf club outside the city. So then I just pretty much worked. I just got into the
What club?
restaurant business, and
I just golfed today. Actually, that's funny. Where'd you golf?
Marion Golf Club.
Nice.
Yeah. So Marion Golf Club held the U.S. Open a few years ago. It's
Oh, yeah, I know
literally
it's at.
it's one of the most historic golf clubs in the world, and it's right around the corner. But it's one of those things where, as a kid, you idolize it because you're like, oh, this is amazing. But then when you work there, you're like, oh, I'm I'm the help. Like I'm.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this used to be what slaves did.
Yeah. I mean, I won't go that far, but
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
It was like I remember
Things hit the ceiling pretty quick once you get involved in stuff.
I remember a member at the club looked at me one day and he was like complaining about his day, and it was all rich people stuff. He's like, you know what I'm talking. I was like, buddy,
No,
we are
I
on
actually
two
don't.
different socioeconomic.
did you?
structures.
This is just perfect.
Somebody just spit in my mouth, dude.
Yeah. I mean, they might let you. Like I always watch Caddyshack. I'm like sick. Also, I'm like, God, I wish I was at a country club because there's all those hot older women. And I'm
No,
just,
they're not actually.
I know. It's just a bunch of old dudes air drying their
Yeah,
balls
dude.
with the
I've
fucking
seen
blow
more old
dryer.
men-
Yeah, side note, like completely unrelated. I'm playing golf today and I couldn't help but laugh every time. You ever see how like guys put down a marker when they go to putt?
I don't
They
play
put
golf,
like a coin down
Yeah.
or like a marker to like mark what you would know. So like a marker to like indicate where their ball was at, and they leave it there and get up. Well, in Caddyshack, a guy puts a cracker down, and his caddy goes down and picks it up and eats it. And all day, I could not stop thinking of that. Every time a guy would put his marker down, and I couldn't help myself.
You
And
somehow made it.
I had to stop myself from telling them what I was giggling
Yeah.
about. Like,
You had
oh,
a
what
case
are you
of
laughing
giggles.
about? Like, no.
They would be like, yeah, of course you're thinking about food.
If I tell
Yeah.
you, you're gonna fucking think I'm retarded.
No, but also if you're golfing, chances are they've seen Caddyshack
Yeah,
and they would have
absolutely.
giggled with you.
I couldn't do it. I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh,
it's too
I love
cliche.
Caddyshack.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I've watched that movie too many times at this point in my life.
So I worked at a driving range. We have parallel lives in the golf communities.
Were
Did
you
like
one of the
working there?
targets?
No, I was.
Were you a big sand pit?
I was the net.
Just your face on the. It's like Peter Griffin. Just that would be a great
I was actually
cutaway.
the giant inflatable
I remember when I
cushion
used to
that
work
the
as a-
kids jump on in the back. They're like, here, kids, here's the moon bounce.
Yeah, you just an old man is getting on your back, and like you've got.
They actually used me for movies.
I thought
A
Declan
stunt
Brooks
guy-
just smelled bad on the outside.
I once let a stunt guy jump on me from the top of a 2-story building. Tough ass.
Water trap.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I don't even know where I was going with this.
Oh, God
fuck.
damn.
No, but what did you think of working at the driving range? Was it fun?
I worked at one of the most illustrious clubs in
Sorry,
the
driving
world.
range. Clubs.
Yeah. How was your driving range? 'Cause like you
I
had,
actually worked at a driving range.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like how
shit.
Yeah.
It was shit.
did you have to wear a penguin suit like I did? I had to wear like a tuxedo every day.
Oh,
I worked
you-
in the restaurant.
You
so
wore was it a Cintas suit?
I don't. Yeah, yeah, it was a Cintas suit.
'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
you work in clubs.
I
yeah.
What, the
worked
medical-
at,
the medical
No,
company?
I worked at Rittenhouse Hotel. Rittenhouse Hotel
Yeah.
was the top 300 hotels in the world. So like,
Damn, they really had to go all the way down to 300.
well, it's weird. There's like
I'm just saying, like
there's an
that's.
actual list, and for some reason, it's like
course there is.
337.
Well, that's like when I see those best
plaque-
best of Philly plaques that are like
the
some
plaque
random
says
magazine.
one of like number X number of 337. Like they were like, hey, put the plaques out this year and make sure it says 339 because we lost Jujupi. You know
No,
what I mean?
that all that means is they paid
Yeah.
the 337th price. Like that's all. Like when you win best
I
in the
know.
main line,
No,
most
I know.
times it's like
I know
money.
that.
Yeah.
You learn that.
Oh, it's all money.
So
yeah.
here's the thing. That's actually kind of the thing you like don't know until you're involved in it. Like
Yeah.
from the outside, you're like, oh wow, like that's what they're like known for, being that number or that item number.
Yeah.
They must
It's
be
like-
that spectacular. I learned that very quickly when I was there. They were like exactly what you just said. Like, yeah, no, they just bought the plaque.
Yeah,
at
they
X
got the
time.
advertising. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Well, yeah, but those best of Philly things, I'm like they're
Oh,
like
we earned it.
Helium, the best comedy club in Philly. I'm like, it's the only comedy club. What the? I know Punchline and a couple others, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, or it'll be like best personality to say hello to on a Tuesday for the best in the main line. You're like, get the fuck out of here. Like I've been, I just finished my last day working on the main line, so I'm coming in hot. I like the best on the main line thing. Like
where were
people
you
live and
working?
die by that.
You were saying you stopped working there today. What,
Yeah,
what
I
were
you want to
doing?
shit
What were
talk
you
him or talk
doing?
about any gross things you did there?
No,
There's
I
nothing we
honestly-
can hurt. You burned that bridge, right? We
No,
killed them all.
I genuinely love the place I just left. Christopher's out in North Wayne, on North Wayne Avenue in Wayne.
Which wasn't working.
I got old.
Oh, that's what happened. They were like, "Listen, Davey, you're getting old.
No,
bud.
no,
we're gonna
no,
need
no.
you to get it." We got a
it's like-
younger 20-year-old. His name's Rodrigo.
I'm a 36-year-old veteran, and if the hostess, who's like a 15-year-old kid, isn't like, I'd like to get mad at a 15-year-old for not doing the job I need them to do is insane. because they're 15. When I was a 15-year-old kid, like when I was working at Marion Golf Club, they were paying me hourly, so I would just go hide. I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go do this, and I would go like fuck off somewhere. So like I get it, but it just I got too old, and then I live in South Philly now, and to travel all the way out there, just it's insane.
The postal training, the district training place is out there. So like anytime I have to like, go do any certificate or something, I have to drive all the way out to Wayne, and nothing makes me want to kill myself more.
Yeah, like take the train back and forth, dude.
Yeah,
take the train when you're like, oh, I'm going to be on the quiet ride today. I'm going to read a book, and then you get on the quiet ride.
Never quiet.
And everyone's I'm like, I'm like, I'm an arbiter for justice.
I took the R3 for years.
Yeah,
so I've like gone through many paces of like my own mobilities of like having a vehicle, not having a vehicle, and I still worked in the city. And I used to either take the Media Elwyn line, or I would take the Chester transportation station.
You mean the Media Wawa line now?
I know, isn't that crazy?
It's fucking wild.
I took the Media Elwyn line on the Jefferson Station and Suburban Station for years.
Yeah,
and then I would also take the. I would get on at Chester Trans. I would get on the the fucking like 117 over in Brookhaven, and take it down to Chester Trans and get on from there and take it in the city. There's nothing quiet about the train.
No, and
my dad worked for SEPTA for over 30 years. I like was always so intrigued by it, and once I started taking rides on it, I was like, this thing sucks.
Yeah, it's like I mean, with the quiet ride, I'll look at the conductor like, are you not going to enforce the law? Like, what are we doing here? Like,
are we not quiet here?
Listen, man, I have episodes for my PTSD. Let's really test that, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. I learned how to deal with it. It always would be when I didn't have headphones on. That would be when the thing was.
And then
louder.
it's the Kill Bill.
And that's somebody
Also,
watching that video, and I'm like, God
even
damn
if it's
it!
Quiet ride, dude. There's not enough room on those trains sometimes during peak commuting times.
Well, for you,
I mean,
like me, I'm a slim fella. I can.
well, yeah,
no,
that's
I'm
true.
sorry, I'm fine.
No,
that
but
was mean.
that is true.
Yeah,
like,
but I still make myself smaller.
But
like I feel real.
Think about it. Like once the chairs fill up, the standing ride on a train
It
Is
teaches you that in the
miserable.
Navy,
Half hour
make yourself
is fucked.
small, twink like.
Yeah.
How fucked is that standard ride?
I've done it a couple times and it's miserable because like it's not like the subway where at least you can hold something close. Like you have to hold the weird handle on the chair.
A lot of times you're just standing next to
Yeah.
like a guy named Hank.
Yeah.
You're like, Hank, please don't rub against.
And then a
me."
kid having a meltdown behind you, and you're like, that kid doesn't even deserve a seat right now. Like, give it to
He's
somebody.
being a bad boy.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't deserve a seat.
doesn't
Somebody
deserve
gave
it.
a seat to his mom because she's sitting there
Yeah.
just going, "Chris, shut the fuck up."
Yeah. Oh
Old Philly
God.
style.
Like,
Dude,
at least she's here.
Or like a couple fighting on the phone, and I'm like,
I was
Jesus
delivering mail the other day in Chester, and there was just like a mom doing like old school like parenting style tactics, like abusive parenting tactics on like
Yeah.
their like 11-year-old daughter. I was like, this is nuts. Just screaming at her on the street, and like it was because like her mom and then another girl's mom, like they had shown up to resolve beef between their daughters. I'm like, what the fuck is
It's a
going?
meeting of the
Speaking-
families.
Speaking of another train culture thing that is very uncomfortable, the standing at the front of the platform, the people that feel the need to like edge people out of the way.
Yeah, I get freaked
it's
out when I'm close to
uncomfortable.
the edge.
You're like,
I
yeah,
want
man,
to
we're
turn.
all.
I want
it's
to turn
like,
Philadelphia into
it's like
India.
on an airplane. It's like, dude, like chill out.
Yeah,
I realize we're saying two different things. All right. I want to turn Philadelphia into India, and I want to sit on top of the train.
that would. Be
And people
pretty
keep
cool.
doing that. The surfers in like Philly keep doing it, and they keep getting killed. There's like been multiple killed doing that shit because they just Philly's just like, no, we're not changing anything. We're just
Yeah.
gonna have full barriers, which I'm like fair. Like I don't expect, but also like we were talking about
there's
it.
people fighting to be able to ride the top of the train.
They're not fighting. They're getting
there's-
killed
They're
Why?
like daredevils.
because they're riding the top of the train and whacking into something and fucking dying.
Yeah, because they didn't make it for you to ride on top of it. You
I know, but I want to
dummy.
turn. I want to turn Philly into India, where you can do that shit. It's awesome. That would be so sick if you just ride on top of the train
It's
into the
actually
city.
That's the one thing that I'm happy about our transportation systems, that there's an integrity where they're like,
It,
hey,
we
listen, we're not
promise
gonna-
we will kill you
we-
if you don't use it properly.
Yeah.
It's like if you try to start doing some wacky shit, you're gonna die.
One time I was
Sorry.
driving into Philly. Also, we were talking about it a second ago. I had like orange sunglasses on, and then I just like had some Arab music queued up, just like as I drove, and I'm just like, hell yeah.
Now, back when I was growing up in the city, we used to hop buses
Yeah.
in the snow. So like you would hold the bumper in a specific way, and then you would just ride the bus up as far as you could until the bus driver got pissed off and would come back and get you. But then you would just hop on a car. We would just hop cars, we called it, and you would just be
Skateboard too?
drugged. No. Skateboarding. I
I
was
was gonna ask you if you sketched.
I don't even know what that is.
People get it on a board and hold the back of a bus.
Marty McFly style.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I saw a
no.
guy doing that the other day, but Philly's got like brick streets. It's really hard to do.
Southwest Philly had all asphalt, so we were lucky. And
Old City does not.
no, you couldn't do it out there. I don't know, like so.
Just getting dragged.
Yeah, like the thing about Philly is like I grew up in Southwest Philly, and my life is a million times different than my cousins who grew up in Grays Ferry, which is like 2 minutes over the bridge. Yeah,
Totally
it's like just simple thing. We called a game Rumble Fumble. They called it Fumble Rumble, and that was a source of contention when I would go into Grays Ferry.
You remember Smear the
They
Queer?
call it Rumble Fumble.
I was thinking about that earlier.
No, I
Smear
don't
the
know what that
Queer.
is.
It's like keep away, but like you want to smear the queer.
We
like,
call it my uncle's a pedophile.
yeah. So that's what they call it when I was a kid.
Now we would play this game
or
called
Richie's game. Sorry.
we would call this game called Suicide, which is a version of wall ball where you throw a tennis ball against a wall.
Yeah.
If you drop it, someone could pick the ball up and then throw it at you. But then we would play this game called Homisui, which was insane, where if you dropped it, everyone could punch you until you would go back and touch the wall. So the violence I would see just playing those third grade.
Like I've had a rough
games.
day with Derek's had a rough day with his dad, so
He's taking it out on me, taking it out
Yeah.
on Davey. Yeah, I was a frail ginger, just scared of
I
everything.
realize I have like
Can we establish what the original rules of wall ball was?
no idea.
You
what
just
wall
throw wall.
So throw the ball. Everybody lines up. You throw the ball. And what was it?
someone
doesn't
would catch it, and then they got that was
Everybody
then their
runs
turn to throw.
towards the wall, though, right?
Yes,
We're
that was
supposed to go touch the wall, right?
Yeah. And then
So
that person
somebody
could
throws
throw.
it, it bounces, and everybody runs towards the wall.
Yeah, but you still get hit. Like even though you touch the wall, you still get smacked.
Oh yeah, my dad was still going to hit me afterwards.
I'd come home all battered. My dad's like, "How many balls you dropped
play wall
today?"
ball again?
Yeah, I'm like,
Fuck.
Homisui. I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, it got me." He's like, "When are you gonna learn to
Do you
catch?"
guys remember when a kid would like get a concussion playing Red Rover? Because they would just run into the chain and just bonk, fucking clothesline him. It's hilarious.
Oh, dude, how many times did you get head injuries in the pool? I definitely bunked my head. In the
No,
pool a couple
well,
times.
No, I never went to pools.
I had like a couple.
I
friends that had
swam for
pools.
like all my. I used to swim at De La Salle.
I got a concussion from getting swung into a tree,
Dude,
on a tree swing.
How about the guy in the fucking Olympics with no fucking arms that was just swimming like a fish?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
He-
it's less
And
weight.
but the reason I bring it up is that he was just running his head in the wall. To
yeah,
stop.
dude. Yeah,
You can do
He's
butterfly.
All right,
yeah.
he's all right, guys, catch me.
I know they just chuck him in.
I wonder if it's
We
like
never catch him. We told him you
is
have
it like
to
a
hit
pad?
it.
Like does he hit his head on a pad?
I want to know.
Yeah, there's a
dude.
sensor.
Yeah. Damn. Well, I mean, no, to protect his skull.
I mean, they're padded.
He's like a boxer, dude. He started collegiate swimming, and he sounds like a normal boy. He sounds like Oscar De La Hoya now. He's like,
He'd be a really-
I was a fucking really good swimmer when I was a good
That's
young.
Mike Tyson.
Also, yeah, you did like John Leguizamo.
I did some type
and
of
Mike
boxer.
Tyson.
They
And
all
also,
got,
he wouldn't be he can't be a boxer. He doesn't have the proper.
Well,
digits.
first off, if he's fighting another dude who's also a
I was
boxer.
talking about the head injuries.
It's
It could be Antonio Brown.
the only fight where like headbutts are legal. They're like, just you got to use what you can.
See, I saw a clip of like Stone Cold Austin talking
like
about how like
giraffes
CTE
fight.
isn't real, which I'm like, that's insane because like
yeah.
you got to murder your wife in like the next 3 years and have a good enough excuse.
No,
Like,
he hit one of his ladies.
oh, he already killed
yeah.
one.
No,
Okay.
he didn't kill him. He did fuck somebody up. Yeah, Deborah McMichael.
Who's this?
That's my autism is professional wrestling.
I never was a professional.
Well, you called him Stone. You called him Stone Cold Austin. I was like Steve Austin.
I said,
Say
Steve,
his
I said
name.
Steve in there. I thought.
Nope. Oh man, my heart broke. I get
Whatever.
no.
He's all right. He's
no.
not,
It's not a big
he's
deal
not
to
even that
anybody.
cool
Actually,
of one of
Adams,
them.
real quick, say the whole thing right.
What?
Say it.
Cold Stone Steve Austin.
Cold Stone Creamery, Steve
I was
Austin.
just
yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
say the same thing.
Punished
Cold
with
Stone Creamery is good.
Superstar.
Steve.
Yeah.
That shit was bullshit. I'm sorry. I've never been impressed with any of that ice cream fucking shop bullshit.
Yeah, no,
Davey
not
used to
too
work
big
at an
on
ice
it.
cream shop.
I did. I used to work at What's the Scoop right around the corner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
from
let's
here.
not disclose where I live.
It's no longer there though.
Where I live? Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
In imaginary land, I used to work at. Yeah, I
Dude,
used to-
Mr. Softy just
How old were you?
disturbs me.
I hate Mr. Softy.
Mr. Softy's face is like way too small and
How
Asian
old were you when you were
businessman
working at
looking.
the ice cream place?
As a senior in high school, that's how I paid for my prom.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that how you met your date?
No, no.
Well, say
no.
I give you some sprinkles.
No, I did
and you
the
jerk
old-
me off at a senior prom.
My buddy went with my cousin Lisa, and I went with her friend, and it was the most plutonic
Didn't even get
Really
Tom.
glad we became friends during this prom.
Where'd you go? Did you go? Where'd you go to school?
I went to Monsignor Bonner in Drexel Hill.
Yeah. Okay.
So all
well,
boys school. So
Yeah.
I didn't really have contact.
That was a
with them.
threat that almost happened to me when I was younger when I was being bad in school.
Did they used to get you guys together with like a girls' school and you guys would line up across?
No, never.
Which is
No,
kind
no,
of
no.
that's a
Did
sin.
you always wish they would?
No, I'm scared. I'm scared of
Were you
women.
always
dude.
You see,
working on your moves?
they're renovating it.
These
now.
bitches are gonna love my
My
fucking
first
moves.
week in high school, so the school, Archbishop Prendergast, they're combined now, but they were right next to each other. And when I was walking home, I just moved from the city and I didn't know anybody. And I'm walking in, and these two girls are looking at me and they start smiling. And I was like, this ain't going to be that bad. And then all I hear is, "You fucking fire crotch," and everyone just turned and looked at me, and I was like, "This is going to be the worst 4 years
Dude,
of my
it's
fucking life."
good to hear them making fun of gingers still
yeah,
held strong all
yeah.
the way back.
Well, it's 20 years ago. Or
when
24
it started.
Years. Yeah. And then anytime the nurse would be in both schools like different days. Anytime the nurse was in Prendy, I was never sick. I was so scared of girls. I was like, because they would yell at you if you walked in the hallways.
Girls are psychos.
Girls would?
Girls are mean.
Yeah, especially girls who've not had to be around
I
boys.
agree.
Yeah, they're just not nice people. Especially then, they weren't nice.
They're surrounded by bitches all day, being
Yeah.
mean to each
and
other.
nuns. Ugh, the most
Yeah.
bitchiest
They're
And that's
repressed.
why you like boys, right, Davey?
men. But no, I don't.
Good answer. Good answer.
nice save. Nice trick, Declan.
Yeah,
Almost
I
got
see
him.
what you're doing here, buddy.
Fucking almost got him. He didn't buy it.
No, yeah, a good old Catholic. You know.
My grandfather went to Bonner.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, and I was almost threatened with going there, and I'm like, that sounds fine, actually. Whatever.
It actually, I had a great time.
Being made to move here from Ohio to go to fucking Bonner.
Live right outside of a big city and see culture. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I love it here.
Yeah, you can
I
just-
enjoyed it. Everyone, I always tell people my summer vacation was Delco. People think I sound insane.
Green school?
what's that?
Bonner?
Green. Yeah.
Yeah.
Green, green and white.
Not everybody always just calls it Monsignor Bonner. Usually it's just called Bonner Prep, right?
No, just Bonner. It's not a prep. It's just
I
Bonner.
feel like
It's always
the
just been
people
Bonner.
outside.
I say Monsignor Bonner for the listeners.
Good, I'm
Because
happy
this
you
is
did.
a worldwide
You
podcast.
confuse me when you say that because
Listeners
I've always
in
just known it
India
as
are gonna
Bonner.
go, one day I will be in Monsignor Bonner.
Yeah.
And then
Bonner, Boner. That's what a lot of people call
I know,
it.
it's
So I
so
think
funny.
actually for people outside of
by the way, you can make any
outside of the
$1 bill
Delco
say
area,
Bonner.
because I've heard of Bonner before because we wrestled. Bonner actually I think had a pretty good wrestling program as well as I went to Widener.
Okay.
I think I always confused Bonner for being a prep school.
Yeah. Well, it's Catholic school, so
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
Also, Jersey's not very popular in like we have Catholic schools, but like there were very few Catholic schools. Over here, the Catholic school dynamic is totally different.
Well,
Like,
yeah. I mean, the Archdiocese of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Was like, yeah, strong arm. Of
and the
fucking city
suburban
for a long time.
suburban diocese. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy how many more Catholic schools there are. So like when I went to Widener, everybody was like, "Yeah, I went to like Bonner or like Father Judge or
Yeah.
like all these different places." And I'm just like, I went to like
Kimberly asked me the other day. if I-
Kingsway Regional High School.
Yeah.
My friends went to Triton Regional High
Well,
School.
there's Upper Darby High School. Like.
Yeah,
like,
that's where Kimberly went.
Yeah.
All our
there's
stuff though is
Springfield.
called like regionals. So like every high school is like something.
Oh, you got like the
regional high
Chinese style name of schools, the autonomous region.
School. Well, it's usually like 5 towns.
Super #1 high school.
No, not Chinese restaurant names. That's just the people. I love those.
If I had to classify it though, it would be like five to 6 like sender towns
Okay.
would be into one regional high school, and those like
A super
interior
school.
towns would have like 5 little boroughs inside of it.
Well, that would be Interborough High School, which is right around the corner
Yeah,
from here.
okay,
It's
that
like
makes
all
sense.
the.
I
all
grew
the
up in a
small
town that has one high school. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it had like
And his
15
name is
people in
John
it too.
Cena.
100 person graduating class over here.
Okay, well, all right. So I graduated with 240, and people think that that's a very low number.
That's not crazy.
Same. I
Yeah.
graduated 375.
But
and
you're a
people
boys'
call me
school, boys preparatory school, or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a boys' school. It's a little different, and then
Yeah.
also because Upper Darby is right there. Because Upper Darby's graduating class is like 1,000.
Yeah, and also the numbers were dwindling when I was going through high school. Like my starting class, I think was like 500.
My aunt
people.
graduated with 800 people, and that was
Yeah,
in
yeah.
1960 something. Like that's I mean,
Yeah,
and she went to Upper Darby, so
and Upper Darby still has a ton of people in it.
yeah.
Like,
I think Kimberly said her year was like 1,000.
Give me some fucking plugs. Where are you gonna be at? What are you doing? You still podcasting out there, pussy?
Yeah, I'm still podcasting.
Making my
I'm
podcast
doing the Program to Kill episode. I've just been working on it.
Yeah, it's been programmed.
So yeah, American Guilt podcast, Rhinestone Cowboy on Instagram, fucking on Adomas Wareikis on fucking Letterbox. I don't know. I've been doing Letterbox shit too.
Letterbox.
There's an episode of this should be out by then. Jakey's pod. Jake Lipinski's podcast with me and John Bryce, former guest of the show. I'm talking. It's the Red Pill Boys, even though I am not. We're talking conspiracy. And then shows. Do I fucking?
You have any shows?
No, I don't have shit coming up. You have Harrisburg. Fucking.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Yeah. That's. I'm going to be there with
What you got, Davey?
I just host 2 Street open mic on Tuesdays and Speakeasy open mic on Wednesdays down at Cookie's Place in Grays Ferry.
What time are both of those places at? What time sign up so people know?
2 Street, in theory, no, it's sign-ups at 9:30 or sign-ups at 9:30, shows at 10:30, and then Speakeasy sign-ups at 6:30, mics at 7. It's an easy early mic, get in, get out. If you got a show, come through and I'll get you in and out. But then we just did our first show at Speakeasy this past weekend. It was a success. We'll be bringing it back in November, and keep an eye out for it.
Very fun.
And my Instagram is Davey_Bo_.
Very, very good. Is that where you prefer people to find you?
Yes. Yeah, that's the only
You got a
place.
YouTube?
Yeah. But I
Don't answer.
actually, you know what? Go check it out. It's Ginger News Network. It's it's a show I produced and wrote,
GNN.
did all by myself before I ever did stand up, and I'm gonna be bringing it back soon. So keep an eye out for that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like to hear that. I have a roast coming up. The showdown at sundown at the Savannahs on Hannah in Harrisburg. It's a roast at a strip club, Davey. It's a roast at
he's
a strip
roasting
club.
Taft in a strip club.
I'm roasting Sean Taft
dude.
in a strip club.
Sean's gonna get kicked out before it ever gets started.
I know, dude.
Like,
Yeah, I know. That's like they're literally good. That's like putting him in the worst environment.
I know, dude. It's sort of.
I am not a product of my environment.
I feel like I'm gonna have to. I think I might have to drive him out too. He asked me.
it's gonna be a tale of 2 rides,
And to
dude.
be honest with
You're
you,
gonna have him
I'm
fucking
too
strapped
nice.
in the
I'm
goddamn.
way too nice.
You're gonna have him
So I'm
strapped to
gonna
the
say no.
ladders.
But it wasn't
Sean's
top
a
of the
good
ladders. Sean's a good dude. I won't. He's I'm sure
Sean's
you're
a
right.
dude.
Sean's a dude.
He's a guy that exists in
Sean's
college.
going down. Sean's a pussy. That's the only thing I got going on. Is
Yeah,
October
dude.
27th at 6:00 at the Savannahs on Hannah in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I will be roasting the terrible, ugly, fat, disgusting Sean Taft.
Wait,
on stage.
Is Savannah on Hannah? Is that what it is? Is it like a
Savannahs on Hannah.
Oh, I thought it
Is
was
a
like
strip
Savannah
club.
on Hannah. I thought it was like 2 women together.
And they got a private room they call the Sundown or some Showdown or Sundown.
Good. The sundowning room is hilarious to imagine.
And-
just old strippers.
I just want to see you explaining that to your girl. You're like, it is a strip club.
I did.
It's
As soon
okay.
as I found out,
it's
I was
cool.
like, listen, it's a strip club. I
It's
promise.
okay. It's only dudes and strippers. It's awesome.
It's actually not that hard to explain because I used to work next to Delilah's.
Oh, yeah. You work in clubs.
Yeah, so like she at least gets that. That's the only thing I got fucking coming on. Come follow me and tell your friends about this shit. We missed you guys. I missed doing this podcast. I definitely needed to get back to doing this. I hope you guys think it was funny, this one. If you guys want to find me, you can always find me at 555 Let Me Call You Back. You guys are going to hear the name of this podcast change soon. I've been playing with this. Davey's helped me play with this. Adomas has helped me play with this. And I think
you can play with yourself.
we're going to call it the Talking Too Much with Declan Brooks. But you'll hear about this soon. But still follow me at 555 Let Me Call You Back and at Declan Loves Meatballs. But thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed that episode. Please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. We would really appreciate the support. You can find us on any streaming platform if you want to find more episodes. We have over a year's worth of content stacked up waiting for you. If you also want to support us on our Patreon, you can go over to the Let Me Call You Back podcast on Patreon. Right now, it's only $1 a month. It's a pretty great deal. I think you guys should get in while the getting's good. We got interviews from the road. We have video sets of me doing comedy. We have other different great content, so go over there and check it out. I would really appreciate that support. If you want to find me on Instagram, you can find my Instagram at Declan Loves Meatballs. You can also find Raymond at Ray_Brooks. And you can find the podcast at 555 Let Me Call You Back. Thank you very much. Please stay tuned for the next week's episode. You'll find one every week between Monday or Wednesday, depending on when I put them out. Thank you very much for your support, and see you next time.